All right, we have some good news coming in. Irom Sharmila has finally been released from hospital after the Imphal court order that was passed yesterday. This is a big win for human rights activists as we speak. Irom Sharmila being released from the Jawaharlal Nehru Hospital in Imphal. It was a significant judgment that could perhaps set a precedent in favor of democratic protesters across the country. A sessions court in Imphal on Tuesday had ordered the release of the human rights activist Irom Sharmila, Chanu dismissing that she was attempting to commit suicide by way of hunger strike. Now remember, Sharmila has been on a fast for the last 13 years and has been demanding the repeal of the controversial Armed Forces Special Powers Act. We have Mr. Mani joining us on the phone line. I believe he is the counsel for Irom in this case. Mr. Mani, this is a big victory not only for Irom Sharmila but also civil rights activists.
Yes, sir. So in this regard, it is learned that Sharmila is now just released from the jail, is directed by the Sessions Judge Manipur East. So I am very much happy to learn that the government of Manipur and jail authorities has been instructed by the court for releasing her, and the government obeyed as directed by the court. So I am very much happy in this regard.
Mr. Mani, this is a big step forward in Irom's 13-year fight.
Actually, what is her next step, I cannot say right now, but I believe that she may continue her fast until her demand is getting.
So are you confirming to us that Irom could be continuing with her fast?
Huh?
Are you saying that Irom Sharmila will continue with her fast?
I think so. But actually, I cannot say right now. It is up to her. But according to her desire, she may continue, I think.
We're being told that the procedure for her release is underway and that she will be stepping out of the hospital in moments from now. So, Mr. Mani, if you could just tell us what is the road ahead for Irom. If you've spoken to her after the order of her release, what is her plan ahead?
Actually, I cannot listen your call. There is some problems.
Yes. Also, sir, you did, in fact, already we seem to have lost Mr. Kaidam Mani, noted human rights lawyer who was, in fact, the counsel for Irom Sharmila. She is now being released as we speak. Our correspondent Indrajit Kundu very closely tracking all developments. Indro, this is a big win for the human rights activists as well as Irom in this case. We're being told that the paperwork is underway. Any moment now she would be released.
Well, that's right, Vedika. This is a landmark moment in the history of civil rights movement in post-independence India. Here is a woman whom the entire world, civil rights activists from across the world, is looking at very keenly. For the past 14 years, she has been on a non-stop hunger strike demanding repeal of the Armed Forces Special Powers Act. What can be more non-violent than what she has done over the past 14 years? It's not a mean feat. There's a reason why there was, in fact, a few years back, a clamor for her to be nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. So the entire world would be looking at this development very, closely. Every time, according to the rules, she can be kept inside the jail for a year. So every time she would be released from the jail once she completed a year, and then again she would be put back in arrest. The government stance had been very, clear about it. They consider it to be an attempt to suicide. This is for the first time that the court in the country has ruled that out, saying that there cannot be any motive of suicide associated with what Irom Sharmila is doing. So it's a huge boost to her pledge in her fight against Armed Forces Special Powers Act, and this comes as a huge boost to her fight and several others who are fighting against this Armed Forces Special Powers Act. It's been 14 long years, so it's going to be history once she comes out of the confinement ward of the Jawaharlal Nehru Hospital in Imphal. And
It would be interesting to see
Yes.
as to how she reacts.
Indra,
What
I
she
will have
says.
to ask you to just hold on to the line there. I believe Singjit, Irom Sharmila's brothers, now joining us on the phone line. Singjit जी, हमें ये पता चला कि इरोम शर्मिला किसी भी वक्त अब हॉस्पिटल से रिलीज हो सकती है. आप हमें क्या बता सकते हैं इसके बारे में?
वो अभी हॉस्पिटल से रिलीज हो गया और सेंट्रल जेल की सुपरिंटेंडेंट की तरफ से एक पेपर आ गया और जवाहरलाल नेहरू हॉस्पिटल की कस्टडी से रिलीज हो गया अभी.
क्या इरोम अपना फास्ट जारी रखेंगी?
क्योंकि उसकी मांगी अब पूरी हुआ नहीं, सिर्फ ये तो एक मोरल विक्ट्री है और उसकी मांगी तो पूरी हुआ नहीं, इसलिए उसकी भूख हड़ताल आगे चलते रहेंगे.
सिंहजीत जी, उनकी क्या प्रतिक्रिया थी जब उनको पता चला था कि कोर्ट ने उनका रिलीज का परमिशन दे दिया था? जी,
कोर्ट की तरफ से उसको सेक्शन 309 के अंदर से वो रिलीज हो गया, क्योंकि वो उसने सिर्फ आर्म फोर्सेस पर एक हटाने के लिए उसने भूख हड़ताल की. इसने अटेम्प्ट सुसाइड नहीं किए, तो इसी वजह से कल कोर्ट की तरफ से उसको रिलीज का ऑर्डर दिया था. तो आज अभी उसकी हॉस्पिटल की कस्टडी से रिलीज हो गया अभी.
और इरोम शर्मिला यहाँ से कहाँ जा रही होंगी सिंहजीत जी?
इसी हॉस्पिटल के पास में एक हमारा टोस्ट बियरर, वुमेन्स टोस्ट बियरर का एक टेम्पररी ऑफिस है, इससे इसकी भूख हड़ताल चलते रहेंगे.
और इरोम ये आंदोलन कैसे जारी रखेंगी इसके बाद?
ये तो उसकी मन पसंद है. हमारा सारे के सारे मणिपुर का आदमी लोग और इंडिया के हर आदमी लोग ने उसकी मांगी रिपील AFSPA को सपोर्ट कर रहा है, इसलिए हम हमारा मांगी पूरी होने तक आगे चलते रहेंगे.
और मणिपुर के लोगों के लिए आज तो बहुत ही बड़ा दिन होगा.
हाँ, आज तो सिर्फ एक मोरल विक्ट्री है. इसने हमारा मांगी, हमारा डिमांड को पूरा अचीवमेंट तो नहीं हुआ. इसके आगे हमारे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से क्या क्या करेंगे हम देखना है.
Alright, that was Irom Sharmila's brother Singjit speaking with the headlines today. That's the news coming in. Irom Sharmila has just moments ago been released from the Jawaharlal Nehru Hospital in Imphal.